school, and it would actually help calm my nerves. And it goes a little something like this. Marguerite, ma petite, vous avez des gros yeux bleus, mais vous êtes trop petite pour avoir des amoureux.
Rwanda is a small country in the southeast portion of Africa, surrounded by Zaire, Uganda, Burundi, and Tanzania.
So, are you from Rwanda?
No, I'm not.
So, why were you in Rwanda?
My dad worked for the Foreign Service, and we were stationed there in Kigali, the capital.
How old were you?
I was, let's see, I was 7 to 9 years old.
Living in Rwanda were the Hutu and the Tutsi tribes. The Hutu tribe was identified by their tall stature and long noses. On the other hand, the Tutsis were short and had shorter, almost stubby features. The Hutu made up about 85% of the population in Rwanda, but they were the lowest class in Rwanda's society. The Tutsis, however, were the minority and the dominant upper class. The Tutsi and the Hutu were civil towards each other, and there weren't any major problems between them until other countries began to support one ethnic group over the other. For a long time, Rwanda was run by only Tutsi kings. During the Belgian colonization, the government divided the population of Rwanda into groups based upon wealth and cows. And these groups eventually became the ethnic groups. Originally, the Belgians supported the Tutsi, who were still the only rulers of Rwanda at the time. But when the Tutsi tried to gain independence, the Belgians quickly changed their minds and began to favor the Hutu instead. This caused a fight between the Hutu and the Tutsi. Thousands of Tutsi were killed, and eventually the Hutu took over.
And when did the coup d'etat take place?
Well, there was a coup d'etat when we got there in 1974. It was the first coup. I really don't remember that too well. The second coup, well, do I remember? There were multiple coups while we were there, but the big one occurred when President Habyarimana was overthrown with another president.
A coup d'etat is a violent overthrow of an existing government by a small group. The idea of a coup d'etat originated with the European divide-and-conquer strategy. The divide-and-conquer strategy is when one group divides another group into smaller pieces and then conquers those pieces individually. In 1973, the coup d'etat was organized by Hutu extremist General Habyarimana, who overthrew the existing government and encouraged discrimination between the Hutu and the Tutsis.
How did you hear about it, and when?
My dad told me we always had to take refuge at home, and we couldn't go to school whenever there was a coup.
What was your first thought about what was going on?
I was hoping that we would be off from school for a long time. So oftentimes they would cut the petrol, which is the gasoline supply, from Uganda going into Zaire, coming into Rwanda. So we only had to go to school for half a day. And so when I heard about it, I was like concerned for my friends whose parents were in the government, and anxious to not have to go back to school. Because I thought, well, this is a good thing.
And what specific things did you witness?
I witnessed a tank being pointed at our house, a big green German tank.